Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is your love life for the rest of 2024. So we're halfway through the year now. Let's figure out what your love life is looking like for this last half of the year. There are 4 piles to choose from, and I suggest selecting your pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 3, the one in the bottom left corner with the heart and the green background, because the heart on this card reminds me of a shirt that I own from Pretty's Venice, and it's a recreation of the shirt that the character Ty wears in Clueless. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it, but I love that shirt. I love Clueless. So that's why I would choose that pile. I will put the timestamps in the description down below, so feel free to pause your video now to select your pile, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what your love life is looking like for the rest of 2024. So we're starting off your spread here with the High Priestess. And immediately what I'm getting is that for 95% of you, you have been single for quite some time. The High Priestess is a very individualistic card. It's a card that can represent aloneness. Notice I didn't say loneliness, I said aloneness. Because I think the High Priestess is someone who's comfortable with being very self-contained. This is someone who's very reflective, and so I feel like for most of you, you are pretty comfortable being single. I think you'd rather be single than be in a relationship with someone who it's just not working for you. And I think you have done a lot of reflection when it comes to your love life. So maybe you have had disappointing romantic experiences in the past, and you really needed that time alone to kind of recalibrate what it is that you're looking for in a romantic relationship. And the next card we have in your spread is the 7 of Pentacles. So this is a card that's all about basically waiting for the rewards of all of that work that you've put in to come through. And that's why I really do feel like for most of you, you have been single for quite some time. You've really been working on yourself, your self-concept, what you're willing to accept and not accept when it comes to romantic relationships. And I think now you're kind of at the point where you're like, now I feel more secure in accepting what I deserve or knowing what I deserve, but I've yet to meet someone that feels like they can give that to me. So it feels like maybe you're just kind of waiting for the right person to come along, and you haven't really seen anything yet. Like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, you have been single for quite some time. But I also think for a lot of you, you have kind of this gut feeling that you are on the precipice of a change happening in your love life. The High Priestess can be a very intuitive, psychic card. And so I feel like for a lot of you, you've maybe had this gut feeling that, the wait's almost over. There is someone coming in for you. And the cards are reaffirming that, because in the middle of your spread here, we have the 2 of Cups, which is a beautiful relationship card. It's one of the best cards to get in any love reading. And this is a very beautiful symbiotic relationship. This is 2 people that really connect and understand each other on an emotional level. There's a tenderness to this, there's an openness. And so I do feel like there's someone coming into your life that you will feel that you can just trust implicitly, that you feel like this person is cut from the same cloth as me. We have the same values. We have the same emotional interest in each other. And I think you feel very comfortable being vulnerable with this person. So who is the person that's coming in for you? We have the Witch of Swords, which is equivalent to the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords represents Gemini. So this person that's coming into your love life could be a Gemini or have a prominent Gemini placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Or they're just generally kind of embodying those Gemini traits. So what does that mean? This person is probably very intelligent, very well-spoken. They could be like pretty political, like they have very strong political views or beliefs. They really stick up for what they believe is right. Like if they were in a situation, let's say, where they saw, like in high school or middle school or primary school, whatever you call it, where you're from, if they saw someone being bullied, this is the kind of person who would like stand up to a group even if it's not the like popular thing to do, because it's the right thing to do. This person has so much integrity. And I'm also getting that because they are intelligent, they can be really witty. I think you and this person will laugh quite a lot. And I think the way that you will really fall in love with this person is through your kind of deep heart-to-heart conversations, because you can have fun basically chatting about nothing, or you can have really fun, deep spiritual conversations with this person. The next card at the end of your spread here is a Tower. So this person could be a lot taller than you, actually, literally like towering over you. But I think generally this person coming into your life is going to be very transformative, especially if you are someone that has been single for quite some time, or if you felt stagnant in other areas of your life. I feel like your relationship with this person kind of jumpstarts a lot of changes. So for example, maybe you start dating seriously, maybe you move in with each other, maybe you end up getting married or having a family or dating long term or moving to a new place with this person, or getting a new job because this person encouraged you to. There's definitely a really big transformation, and I think it's going to really allow you to implement all of that stuff that you learn by yourself. Because obviously we can do a lot of growth in a vacuum when we're alone, but some of the most important ways that we can grow as individuals is through the friction of being known, through the friction of communication, community, learning how to be around others and accept others and love others. And I think this is going to be a very transformative, beautiful relationship for you. And I think what's also coming in the pile marker that you selected, which has these butterflies on it, because obviously butterflies are, an insect that really represent change, because obviously caterpillars metamorphose into butterflies. So this is you kind of coming out of that cocoon, entering back into the dating spirit, and really having this beautiful glow up because of that. And on the back of this card, it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And so to me, that really goes with that High Priestess, where I said, I feel like for a lot of you, you have been feeling like there's someone coming in for you. And so I think that's just confirmation that, your intuition is correct. There is someone on their way, and you can trust yourself after all of this time that you've done reflecting and working on yourself to make the right decision when this person comes into your life, and to be open and receptive to the love that the universe is trying to give to you. So your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card says Hammer, and this says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. So to me, I don't really think this is about sabotage. I think this is really about that rebuilding. It's about how you spent so much time working on yourself that now you're ready to allow this person in and really accept change into your life, which is represented by that Tower here. Really accept the change that this person brings. Allow yourself to be open to rebuilding your life in a way that you really like, and in a way that includes this person in it. Your Romance Angels Oracle card here says reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So for some of you, this could be an ex, but I'm not really getting like heavy ex energy from this. For me, it feels more like this is someone, because we have the Two of Cups, I really think it's someone that you just connect with almost immediately. It feels like you have this kind of innate understanding of each other that maybe is indicative of like a past life connection. So it's one of those things like I would find you in every lifetime. And I think that's really beautiful. So congratulations to you, my pile ones. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you again, and take care. If you selected pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out your love life for the rest of 2024. And this pile is really interesting because I'm getting 2 potential messages for this. So I'm going to go through one at a time. So for the first one, I feel like most of the people who selected this pile already have a romantic interest in mind. You have someone that maybe you've been dating. For some of you, it feels like you're in a relationship, definitely, because we're starting off your spread here with this 10 of Cups. And this is a card that's about happiness. The 10 is the last numerical card in the suit of cups. So this is kind of like emotional fulfillment, and this is typically represented by like a family on the card. So this is someone that you have invested in, it feels like. And if that doesn't apply to you, maybe you're not in a relationship, I feel like this is someone that you've at least invested in emotionally that is currently in your life. And I think for quite some time, you have been very happy with this person, but recently or soon, we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. And this to me feels like there's this blockage. There's this feeling like the things that you want to progress in this relationship aren't happening, or you didn't really plan for the ups and downs in this relationship, because the 3 of Wands upright is a card about things that you've planned for kind of coming in for you, and in reverse it indicates maybe a lack of planning, or a lack of understanding, or not getting the things that you've been hoping for. So for some of you, for example, maybe you've been in a long-term relationship and you really wanted to go to the next step with this person. You wanted them to propose, or you wanted to move in together, whatever the situation is, and it's just not happening. There's been too much pushback, and so now you're kind of starting to doubt the connection. Or for others of you, you just feel like, all the things I liked about this person in the beginning, like, for example, for a lot of you, this is like their spontaneity. Like, you really enjoyed how fun they were, how they can just drop everything to go take you somewhere unexpected. But spontaneity can sometimes come out of a lapse of judgment, or a lapse of planning, a lapse of stability. And so I feel like maybe that thing that you really appreciated them at first is now grating, that you're trying to settle down. So for example, maybe you really enjoy their spontaneity, but now you're like, I can't even get them to make plans with me for the weekend. I have to just guess what they're going to be doing, or if they're going to give me the time, or they don't plan in advance for my birthday or my anniversary. This person is absent-minded, and maybe it feels like they just don't care enough to put in the effort to build something stable with you. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you are currently kind of in that energy. And the next 2 cards we have here are the 6 of Cups and the Maiden of Swords. So the 6 of Cups is a card that is often about nostalgia, or thinking about the past. And the Maiden of Swords, or the Page of Swords, is a card that brings clarity, and it kind of slices through things. So if you look at the body language of the person on the Maiden of Swords, the way that they're holding the sword, it's pointed at the 6 of Cups, which leads me to think that this setbacks, these issues that you've been having in your relationship, are going to cause you to kind of look back on the beginning stages of your relationship with this person, all of those fond memories, and be like, oh, maybe that wasn't actually so great. Maybe I was just being taken advantage of, or maybe I was looking at everything through rose-colored glasses. So you are kind of retroactively seeing things through this lens of clarity, through this realization that you had that this person that you've been dating is maybe not so serious. So maybe you've been dating them for a while and you said, I want to get married, and they're like, oh, I don't know about that. And now you're like, well, what was the point? I mean, I have all these memories of all this romantic stuff we did, or all these times that I thought you were going to propose. And I'm like, what's the point? I feel like I've just wasted my time. That's kind of the vibe of what this pile is giving. The very last card we have here is this Crone of Pentacles, which is equivalent to the King of Pentacles. So this could represent the person that we're talking about specifically here. So they could be a Taurus or have a prominent Taurus placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or generally they kind of embody this King of Pentacles energy, which is someone who can be quite pleasure oriented. And also, I think when it comes to love languages, this person may be more like acts of service than quality time or words of affirmation. So you might feel like, it's hard for you sometimes to tell what this person's true feelings for you are. That being said, because this is the King of Pentacles and this is at the very end of the spread, I feel like this is the person in question kind of stepping up, because the King of Pentacles is someone who is really like a pinnacle of responsibility and dependability and stability. And so it feels like these questions that you've maybe, these qualities that you've been doubting in them before, I feel like maybe they do end up stepping up because you have like a very serious conversation about it. And I think that's also coming through in the pile marker that you selected, which says on the back of it, it says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So to me, this is more like just trust that it will work out, or this person will like get their act together. And I want to clarify, I do not really believe in like waiting around forever. I think if you are going to give this person an ultimatum, like that's represented in this Maiden of Swords, this Page of Swords, then you need to make it quantifiable. So what does that mean? If you say, I need you to take me on 2 dates a week, like I need you to make time for me, you need to make it like very specific. Like I said, like 2 days a week. I want to go on a date every other weekend, or I want you to call me every day. And if this person doesn't do that, you give them, I don't know how long, like a month to get it together. And if they don't, you have to actually be willing to walk away. But I do think that there is definitely potential here for this person to transform. The Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card we got is Axe. And this says breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, or abandonment. And so I feel like for a lot of you, again, you are really considering kind of breaking up with this person. But we also have for your romance angels, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So in conclusion, I think a lot of you are going to go through this kind of rough period in the last half of this year with this person. But I also think this person does have the potential to change. I think you just have to be very, very clear about what you want and what the consequences of you not receiving the things that you want are. And don't allow yourself to settle for something or someone that doesn't make you feel good, because you wouldn't have to beg your soulmate to, text you every day. That's all I'll say. So I did say when I started this pile that I'm seeing 2 specific messages come through. So that was the first one. Now, the second one, this is probably for a way, way smaller group of people, but this is also for a group that I think has been in a relationship or been with someone for a while. And for these people, I'm getting heavy, unexpected pregnancy vibes. So that's really coming through in the 10 of Cups. That is a family card. So this can really indicate having children. But it's also why I think it's someone that you've been with for a while. And then we have the 3 of Wands in reverse, which is a card about maybe things that are unplanned happening to you. And then we have the 6 of Cups, which is a card that can indicate children. We have the Maiden of Swords or Page of Swords. Pages also indicate children. And we have the King of Pentacles, which I think is your romantic partner. As I said, I think this person could be a Taurus or have a prominent Taurus placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But this is someone who is very caring. I feel like they would make sure that you have everything you need. Like, this is the kind of person that would massage your feet if you were pregnant. And I think for a lot of you, because this pregnancy would be unplanned, you would be pretty nervous about it to begin with, which is why the back of your pile marker says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And then we have the Axe card, and this says, again, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. And I don't think that you are going to break up with this person, but to me, this feels more like, feeling, obviously, having a child, bringing another life into the world really does kind of separate you into a before and after. There's a before and after, like parenthood. And so I think if part of you may be nervous about what it means to kind of enter into this new phase in your life. And so I think there is some anxiety there about that. But we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I think it will work out for you if you do end up being pregnant or your partner's pregnant unexpectedly. I think your optimism or your faith and your ability to decide to kind of undertake this unplanned surprise is going to work out well for you. And I think that your partner will be very supportive throughout the process. So again, that is kind of a select message for just a few of you, but I wanted to tag that in on the end. That is it for reading my pile twos. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you again, and take care. If you selected pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what your love life is looking like for the rest of 2024. So we're starting off your spread here with this 9 of Wands. And this is another pile that I think has been single for quite some time, because the 9 of Wands is a card that can be so much about defensiveness or protecting yourself in some kind of way. And so I feel like for a lot of you, you have had really tumultuous experiences in your love life in the past, but it has forced you to grow. And because of that, you spent a long time maybe nursing those wounds, trying to get back to a place where you felt comfortable enough dating or opening your heart or trusting yourself. But I think for a lot of you, you're kind of on the tail end of that energy. It feels like maybe a recent change where you've started to blossom a little bit and kind of use that hurt and that pain you've experienced to be like, yeah, I will never put up with that again because I don't deserve that, or everyone who treated me poorly before is a loser, which is a great mindset to be in. I also feel that for a lot of you, you have been spending time like physically glowing up because you have been focusing on yourself. It feels like you just keep getting sexier and sexier, and because you kind of have this newfound confidence and this newfound self-worth and this kind of inability to tolerate BS, I think that confidence is really shining through in how people are perceiving you, because you're coming through as this Crone of Wands, which is equivalent to the King of Wands. And so you could be a Leo or have a prominent Leo placement in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But generally, you're shining, you're a star. People really think you're charismatic, you light up a room, you have leadership qualities, you're probably looking very attractive. Like I said, for a lot of you, I'm sensing like a physical glow up, like you just look better than ever. You have way more confidence, you're funny, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're ambitious, you're fun to be around. I feel like people really are noticing all of these amazing qualities that you have. And I think with the Hierophant or the Hierophant and the moon here, there is one person in particular who really is noticing this. So I think this person could be a Taurus or a Pisces, or have a prominent Taurus or Pisces placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But I'm getting more strongly the Pisces here. So this person feels like they are very devoted to you, hopelessly devoted to you. They kind of meet you and they immediately know, they're like, this is the person that I want to be with. This reminds me a lot of a story that I met this girl recently, and she was telling me the story of how her parents met. And her mother was going on a cruise with her grandmother. And then her father was actually on the same cruise, but with his girlfriend at the time. And it just so happened that the grandmother invited the dad, to have dinner with her and the mom, and they hit it off, and he like went back to his room and basically like broke up with the girl on the spot, which sorry to the girl, that's probably devastating, but he just said, I knew that she was the one that I wanted to be with. She was the one that I wanted to marry, and I wasn't gonna mess around or let anyone else like impede on that. And so they are still married to this day, which I think is kind of sweet. But that's like the energy that this person has, where they meet you and they're like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna like marry this person. This person's high-key a little obsessed with you, but not in like a negative, toxic way. I think this person just, they believe so much in your ability to like be a power couple. So this person that has a little crush on you, they could be religious or spiritual in some kind of way. I'm also thinking that sometimes you find them hard to read. Like, I think for a lot of you, for 99% of you, you are not really aware that this person has a crush on you at first. Which is not to say that their feelings are lacking. I think their feelings for you are very strong, clearly. I think they just kind of have a very good poker face and they don't want to scare you off. So I think for quite some time, you are completely unaware of how like down bad this person is for you. But this person is very like emotional and imaginative. So it really feels like they imagine their life with you. They imagine marrying you. They imagine you like as old people together, spending time with each other. That's really coming through in the moon card here, because this is a very dreamy, daydreamy energy. But the moon is also about things that are kind of hidden. And so again, that's why I feel like this person is definitely, you don't realize the extent of this person's feelings for you at first, because you've been so busy working on yourself and like protecting yourself and building yourself up that I don't think you even realize how attractive you become to other people. But this person is very eager to kind of uncover the parts of you that you keep hidden. So they want to unravel the mystery of you. They're really interested in getting to know you, and just showing you how devoted that they are to you. And I do think for a lot of you, this could really be the person that you end up marrying if you're interested in marriage, because we have two marriage cards here. We have the Four of Wands, which is traditionally like a wedding card, and the Hierophant or the Hierophant, which is a card that can also indicate a wedding. So definitely for a lot of you, this could be the person that you marry, that you are going to meet at the latter half of this year, which is so cute. Another way that you might be able to recognize this person is that they seem to be very wise. This is someone who's very spiritually attuned. This is someone who's very like open-minded. They have a very calming energy, and people probably come to them for advice because they are very like level-headed and wise just generally. But I think that this person will really like you, and I think either way, even if you're not interested in marriage, I do see maybe a long-term relationship coming out of this for you. And as I said, at the very end of your spread, we have this Four of Wands, which is traditionally a wedding card, but it is about the balance between stability and excitement. And I think that's where you are going to be with this person, where you find the discovering of each other, the conversations that you have to be equally like stimulating, but also very protective. You feel like you can really be yourself and let your guard down around this person, which is, kind of the opposite of what you had with this Nine of Wands in the beginning, of you feeling very guarded, very protective of yourself. You feel like you can let your guard down and trust this person to really see the best in you and to see the worst in you and not be frightened by it. And on the back of your pile marker that you selected, it says secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So what did I say? I think this person's emotions are pretty hidden from you or not obvious to you at first, but they are devoted. They are really, really, super into you. They imagine marrying you. They imagine living together. They imagine spending your life together. This person definitely has the intention of approaching you eventually and being in a long-term relationship with you. For your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card, we got date, which says meeting someone new, dating, get back out there and plan, set a date. And to me, this confirms that for a lot of you, you have been single and just focusing on yourself for quite some time. But I think you have not just this person, but multiple options that are maybe looking to take you on a date because you are so magnetic and attractive at this time. But I think this person in particular, the one who you will probably end up being in a long-term relationship with, the one who has the strongest feelings for you, is a new person to you. So this is not an ex. This is not someone from your past. This is someone new, and I do think they intend to ask you on a date and really court you in a proper way. For your Romance Angels card, we got honeymoon, and this says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So again, I think this person is really obsessed with the idea of marrying you. We had the 2 marriage cards, and then honeymoon, which obviously is what happens after the wedding. It's like we have the full, gamut here. So we had the Hierophant first, which is the actual wedding, or, the ceremony. And then the 4 of Wands, which is like the celebration, the reception after the wedding. And then the honeymoon, which is just the couple after that. So it feels like a progression. They really have this plan in their mind of just being able to spend so much time with you and celebrate their love for you. They really do see such a strong future with you. And I'm also getting from this that one of their ways of courting you when they start taking you on dates might be to actually take you on a trip. So maybe you have that to look forward to sometime in the latter half of this year, is that you meet this person, you don't realize that they really like you that much at first, but eventually they ask you on a date, and then it really ramps up from there, and they take you on a vacation or they take you on a weekend getaway. They really want to impress you, and they want to be very romantic with you. So that is really cute, my pile 3s. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you again, and take care. If you selected pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out your love life for the rest of 2024. So we're starting off your spread here with this Queen of Cups. And I really think this card represents you. So you could be a Cancer or have a prominent Cancer placement in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But generally, people would describe you as someone who is emotionally intelligent, nurturing, sweet, affectionate, caring, empathetic, creative. You have these very kind qualities about you where I feel like if someone's in a crisis, they really feel like they can come to you for emotional support. And they kind of see you as a calming presence or a reassuring presence within their life. Now, it's really interesting because in the middle of your spread here, the 3rd card is the Crone of Cups, which is equivalent to the King of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, the card's representing you, and the Crone of Cups, or the King of Cups, this represents kind of a perfect couple in the tarot. These people are equally matched. They're very romantic. They're very generous. They're emotionally intelligent. And so I think this represents the person that is either currently in your life or will be coming into your life within the next 6 months toward the end of this year. So this person could be a Scorpio or have a prominent Scorpio placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but generally they are embodying this King of Cups energy of someone who is very similar to you in that they can be very creative, very emotionally deep, very caring, very affectionate. They can be pretty intense in the sense that they're really all or nothing in their relationships. Like, they're not the kind of person who's really into a casual situation. They're like, if I like you, I really like you. They really like spending time with the people that they care about. They put other people's comfort above their own. So I think you two are really equally matched because you're both very generous and emotionally intelligent and patient and caring and kind. And so you kind of give that thing that you give so much to other people to each other. And so this is a very beautiful symbiotic relationship. However, In between the Queen of Cups and the Crown of Cups or the King of Cups, we have this card, the Seven of Wands. And a lot of the times in the love reading, in particular, the Seven of Wands feels like there's someone or something, a situation, a group of people, a specific person who is against this relationship. So we have the Seven of Wands in between you two. And in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Seven of Wands is depicted by a person who is kind of like standing on a cliff, and there's basically like an angry mob at the bottom of the cliff, basically like yelling at them. And so a lot of times in a love reading, it feels like it's a lot of people telling you that you shouldn't be with this person, or that you're not good for each other, or that you should be separated in some kind of way. And this is minor arcana, so I don't think it's something serious. Like, I would never tell you, if you're in an abusive relationship and people are like, maybe you should get out of that situation. I think there's merit to that. But this feels more like it could be like an ideological thing. Like maybe you are LGBT, or you're, dating someone who's LGBT, and that is like frowned upon by your family, or you're dating outside of your race or ethnicity, or the person that you really like maybe doesn't really have like a great job. There's some kind of like discriminatory thing here where people think that this person is not good enough for you, or they don't agree with the lifestyle of your relationship with this person. But I'm also getting that it could be not a specific person, but more of like a situation. So maybe there is some kind of barrier that is really preventing you from being with this person. So for example, maybe you met on vacation, but you live in different locations, or maybe you have been dating for a while, but this person got offered their dream job in another city, or they got offered to scholarship for a school that's in a different country. And so there's this question of whether or not you can make it work despite these circumstances. There's a real Romeo and Juliet feeling about this. And I think with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse next in your spread, the Ace of Pentacles is a card that's all about opportunities. So in reverse, it feels like missing out on things. So I think because there are, detractors or maybe situations that aren't working, there is something here that has to be sacrificed. So for some of you, it is that relationship with a particular person, a family member, whatever. For others of you, it's turning down that job, that offer, whatever it is, so you can be near this person. And I want to clarify that I really don't, I would never tell someone to like quit their life to go follow someone else. Like, I really don't recommend, moving just to be close to someone. I think if you're going to move, you need to do it for yourself. Or I wouldn't recommend turning down your dream job or your dream school for another person. I feel like, if a person's meant for you, they will be yours, but you should not limit your life or try to make yourself smaller to be able to fit into their world. So that's kind of my little piece of advice to this. And I'm not saying that I think, this situation is toxic, or that you necessarily have to give anything up to keep this person. I would just reiterate that, if you are the person in this situation who has been offered your dream job, your dream career, but it's another city and you're concerned about leaving this person, take the job. And if the person's right for you, it will work out, whatever it is. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I do see that there is some kind of sacrifice that has to be made. However, at the end of the spread, we do have this Three of Pentacles, which is a card about teamwork. So I do think that you two are really able to weather these disappointments or these loss of relationships, these loss of opportunities, through your love of each other. You really work well together. You see the best in each other, and I think you really uplift each other if one of you is feeling downtrodden from the ways that other people are reacting to your relationship or treating you in the relationship. So for your pile marker on the back of this card, it says, "A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you." So this really feels like the beauty of the relationship between you two. Like I said, it really feels like a perfect match. There's so much love here. There's so much lightness here that I think you really can overcome these setbacks of other people being judgmental or rude or non-supportive of whatever your relationship is. So your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card says karmic relationship, fleeting, triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So this is interesting because I feel like this is a relationship that's going to need a lot of bravery because there is obviously these setbacks or these people that are against it or this situation that is working against the relationship. And so it's up to you to decide what's worth fighting for, what's worth sacrificing, is how deep is the love, basically. And I think that's going to be a really big, important lesson for you, not just in love, but in your life in general. So your Romance Angels card says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I'm getting two messages from this. The first is that it's okay to be selfish sometimes. If people are trying to get you to end this relationship that is really good and healthy for you because of their own discriminatory practices, their own agenda, it's okay to say, actually, I'm not going to let what you want for me dictate my life and my happiness, and putting yourself first. And putting yourself first will allow you to continue having this great love in your life. The other message that I'm getting is that, for example, if the thing that is coming between you and this person who is a really great match for you is an opportunity that you have been offered, I would put yourself first. And by that, I mean I would take the opportunity. I would be selfish. I would take the opportunity because ultimately, I think this person that loves you will respect that, and they will be patient enough and understanding enough to know that love should be a springboard and not a fence. It should be something that you can use to catapult yourself closer to who you want to be and make great decisions for yourself with the support of someone loving behind you, versus a way to close yourself off from opportunity and the fear of losing that person. And so I think this is a really big learning lesson in your relationship with this person. But overall, I would say it's looking pretty cute. There's a lot of love here, but there's also a lot of challenges when it comes to that Love My Pile 4s. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you again, and take care.